Hello, hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Soul Intuition. I am your friend Ray, and I have been gifted a moment so that I can do this recording with you right now. It was very spontaneous, and I'm very happy to be here to share this message, this point of view of where I believe, or at least where I see my point of view of our evolution and what's really happening as we're entering this very fiery, almost chaotic space right now on our planet. So, to put it simply, the world is just not slowing down. Technology will keep advancing, information will keep increasing, and a lot of systems we thought were stable are being exposed or reshaped right now. From the outside, it honestly can look like a shit show. It can feel like everything is hitting the fan at once. Every person's opinion is out there and exposed, and everyone is believing or disbelieving the things that are right in front of our face. So when I sit with this, I don't feel like we're getting the full picture of what's happening on this planet. Something else, something much deeper is happening at the same time. Okay. I feel like you know this already, but we're evolving. We don't quite understand how to articulate how we're evolving or have the evidence or proof of it yet, but we're evolving. Not just technologically, not just socially, but consciously on a very deep soul level. Human beings are developing a new relationship with reality itself. Okay, I'm going to dive deeper into this to make this make more sense, but we are changing how we're even responding to life. For most of history, survival meant reacting quickly and gripping so tightly to what's going on. If something felt unstable, you braced yourself. If something threatened you, you defended. If something went wrong, you held onto it until you could control it. Okay. That kind of wiring made sense in a world of immediate physical threat, but we currently live in a different plane of existence. We do not have the same problems that our ancestors had. So our nervous system is not necessarily moving in a way that adapted to this new world. We're exposed to the entire planet all at once. As soon as you open your phone, news, opinion, predictions, crises, all of this before we even, drink a cup of water in the morning. And the nervous system that we have, that we inherited from our ancestors, was never really designed to carry that much information. So the evolution that's happening right now isn't about becoming faster. It's actually about becoming steadier. Okay. It's about learning how to experience the world without letting every single piece of information become a threat inside of our bodies. Because everything we read and we feel emotion around, our body is actively going through that threat, whether you are actually going through it or not. So this is where the spiritual quantum conscious layer starts to come in. Because evolution doesn't only happen through technology or institutions, it happens through human consciousness, through how we perceive things, how we respond to life. Every time something stressful happens in the world or in your personal life, there's something or there's a moment in which your nervous system will spike. And all of us have different patterns as to what spikes our nervous system. But that reaction is very ancient wiring. So we're moving into this new evolution of ourselves. What happens next is where the evolution lives. Do you grip a moment or do you feel it and move through it and let your life move on? So I want you to think about everyday moments like missing the bus, somebody taking your seat, somebody saying something that's untrue about you in your face and doesn't even give a shit. Your plans are falling apart. You're reading a headline on your phone that makes your stomach drop. All of this kind of stuff, these moments, your body responds to that. Okay. That's a normal mechanism that our body does. You're perceiving something through the mind and then your body responds. That's natural. But the moments, those small moments that you're experiencing are actually training your nervous system. So when we begin to teach our body how to be more steady, you're training your body that not every single disruption is a survival threat. Okay, that you can experience reality without collapsing into stress every single time something just shifts, even just a little bit. And the more that society, the more that people choose to learn how to be steady, the smoother this whole transition that we're going through actually becomes. Because a reactive nervous system just amplifies chaos, and a steady nervous system creates clarity. I imagine that you already know what life can feel like and what that could do for the people around you life itself when you start to begin feeling clear and calm from the inside. So, yes, from the outside, shit might look crazy. The system feels like it's completely falling apart. But inside humanity, inside of consciousness, something else is much more profound that's happening for all of us right now. We're much more aware of our perception. We're much more aware of our nervous system. We're teaching our children about their nervous system. We're starting to realize that we don't have to absorb every single piece of stress that the world throws at us. We can notice it. We can simply feel it, and then we can move forward without carrying what was never ours to hold. I just want you to understand that there's a neurological evolution happening right now. And it's so powerful. And we're teaching our children how to observe emotions, feel emotions, and to move on from them. And we are now in that state too. All of us together are going through this change. It's the development of humans who can witness change without collapsing into it. Humans who can stay present while the world is changing. So, before we finish, I want to zoom out just one more time, because when we talk about neurological evolution, it can sound kind of complicated, but it's actually very simple. Each human's nervous system is like a tuning fork, a tuning instrument. We're constantly responding to the energy around us. And when a lot of people are reactive and gripping stress, the collective atmosphere becomes chaotic. But when people learn to steady themselves internally, something different begins to happen. Clarity spreads, perspective spreads. We're more open to hearing different points of view. And through that, we become calm. Your nervous system isn't separate from the world. It's a part of this whole human field that we all live inside of. And that's why the way you handle stress actually matters way more than people realize. And we are all waking up to understanding that the way we're handling this needs to change. Every time something stressful happens, I'm just going to ask you, my dear friend, if you could just pause, take a deep breath. Every time you feel the reaction bubble up, you don't hold on to it. Every time you let something move through you instead of carrying it all day, you're strengthening a different part of your neurological pattern. And that doesn't just change you, it subtly and powerfully changes the entire collective reality. I like to think of it like this. If the world right now is going through turbulence, steady nervous systems are the stabilizer. They're the part of the plane that keeps everything from shaking and falling apart. And that steadiness doesn't come from controlling the world. It comes from learning how to experience the world without collapsing every time something shifts. So yes, things may change, and truth may surface in completely unsavory ways. Systems may transform, but something else is also transforming. And I just want you to remember that your consciousness is changing. Human consciousness is changing, whether you see it or not. We're not quite there where we can visibly see it. Those who are sensitive to it can pick it up. But human consciousness is changing. And we're learning how to live in a faster world without becoming internally frantic and full of anxiety. Like, anxiety is such a big word right now. You're not feeling high anxiety as the world is changing. We're learning how to witness instability without becoming unstable ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? And every time you soften your grip on stress, you're participating in that evolution, not by escaping the world, but by meeting it with steadiness. So the next time something goes sideways, big or small, just pause, take a breath, notice the reaction, and let the moment move through you. Because the real evolution happening on this planet right now is the development of steadier humans. And that evolution begins in very ordinary moments, right where you are. I love you, love you, love you, love you. From my heart all the way to yours. May this message land to whoever needs to hear it. You are evolving into a steadier soul, a steadier human. You are evolving to become so calm and so strong, and nothing can destabilize you. Okay, we're getting thrown so much stuff. There is so much noise in the atmosphere. You're becoming stronger every single day, especially when you choose to shift into knowing that you can handle this. You can observe this. You can be the witness to the things that are happening and not get caught up in the game, not collapsing into the bullshit. I love you.